Silicon Valley, a name that's become synonymous with wealth, power, and the future. This relatively small strip of land south of San Francisco is the undisputed global epicenter of technology, venture capital, and digital culture. But how did this happen? How did a quiet agricultural valley, once famous for its fruit orchards, transform into the birthplace of the internet, the personal computer, and the multi-trillion-dollar companies that now shape our world? This wasn't a stroke of luck. It was the result of a unique and powerful convergence of factors that began in the mid-20th century. This is the story of that remarkable transformational journey from orchards to algorithms. The valley is more than just a place on a map. It's an ecosystem, a mindset built on risk, collaboration, and the relentless pursuit of the next big thing. Join us as we uncover the secrets behind the rise of the world's most powerful innovation engine. The story of Silicon Valley begins not in a garage, but in the halls of a university. Specifically, Stanford University. Back in the 1930s and 40s, the dean of engineering, a visionary named Frederick, made a decision that would change the course of history. He actively encouraged his brightest students, like William Hewlett and David Packard, to stay and start their companies right there in the valley. Instead of heading east to the established industrial centers, this created the initial critical mass of local talent. But talent alone wasn't enough. It needed fuel. That fuel came from an unexpected source: the U.S. government. After World War II, the Cold War rivalry with the Soviet Union sparked a massive surge in defense spending. The government poured enormous sums of money into local companies for research into microwave technology, electronics, and early computing. This military-industrial partnership provided the stable contracts and cutting-edge research that allowed the region's fledgling electronics industry to find its footing and begin its ascent. If Stanford and military contracts laid the foundation, the invention that built the house was the silicon transistor. This tiny piece of technology was the crucial turning point. And its story is one of rebellion. In 1957, 8 brilliant young scientists, later dubbed the Traitorous Eight, walked out on their Nobel laureate boss, William Shockley, to form their own company, Fairchild Semiconductor. This act of defiance did more than just create a new company. It established the unique cultural DNA of Silicon Valley. Fairchild became a legendary incubator. Its employees didn't stay for life. They left to start their own ventures. These spin-offs, known as the Fairchildren, included the future founders of giants like Intel and AMD, as well as the pioneering venture capital firm Kleiner Perkins. This process decentralized knowledge, talent, and ambition across the entire valley. A new culture was born, one that was radically different from the rigid corporate hierarchies of the East Coast. It was a culture that embraced risk, celebrated leaving a stable job for a bold idea, and even saw failure not as an end, but as a crucial learning step on the path to the next big breakthrough. This dynamic, interconnected network of engineers and entrepreneurs, all within a few square miles of each other, became the Valley's secret weapon. Now we have talent, government funding, and a culture of innovation. But there was one final, crucial ingredient needed to ignite the explosion: money. Not just any money, but high-risk investment capital. This is where the concept of venture capital, or VC, enters the story and changes everything. In the 1970s, firms like Sequoia Capital and Kleiner Perkins formalized a new model of finance. They didn't just lend money, they made massive bets on unproven ideas and visionary founders seeking huge returns. They weren't just bankers, they were partners, offering expertise and connections. This created a powerful, self-perpetuating cycle. A brilliant engineer with a radical idea could suddenly get access to millions of dollars. If their startup succeeded, it created immense wealth not just for the founders, but for the venture capitalists who backed them. And what did they do with that new wealth? They reinvested it right back into the ecosystem, funding the next generation of ambitious startups. This created an accelerator for innovation, unlike anything the world had ever seen. The concentration of capital, combined with a culture that lionized leaving a safe job at a big company to chase a wild dream in a garage, became the powerful engine that continues to drive Silicon Valley's global influence to this day. So, what is the ultimate lesson from Silicon Valley's incredible story? It's a testament to a rare and powerful formula. It's the fusion of world-class academic institutions like Stanford, the initial jet fuel of government research funding, a rebellious entrepreneurial culture built on collaboration and a tolerance for risk, and the catalytic power of venture capital. It's a story of people, ideas, and money, all colliding in the right place at the right time. Many cities and countries around the world have tried to replicate this model, to build their own Silicon Valley.